Well, I don't see much of the band when we're not making music.
Because when you're not recording music, they're in the other room. So you don't see a lot.
Yes, yeah, that's true. But when we're recording music, sometimes it can get on your nerves a little bit. Not mine.
Jude
Law.
Jude Law. The interesting thing about Jude Law
Yeah.
is that he auditioned to be in the Monkees, but
Really?
he was only about 3 years old, or so. Maybe even younger. Could have been before he was born. John Sessions.
John Sessions turned up. He was wearing a grey beard, looking very strange actually. And I said, "John Sessions, why are you looking so weird?"
Was it him?
No.
They wanted him. They wanted him in the Monkees, so they said, if there's anyone that's going to really take this band to the next level, it's going to be Jude Law to sell all your guitars.
I did, yeah. I sold all my guitars and bought loads of keyboards. Yeah.
But you couldn't get him because I think he either he wasn't born.
Hadn't been born, yeah.
Musical keyboards or computer keyboards.
Computer. Actually, I didn't really realise I was awake until I got out of bed. He's an incredibly talented man.
Yeah.
He can put his finger in anything.
Yeah.
Best for shoes. That's how I come up with my lyrics.
Yeah.
The songs.
We've got you here today to discuss the artwork for the album. Would you say that Jude Law has kind of helped your career quite a lot?
Yeah, well, I modelled my voice on him.
And another picture was a young woman, but it turns out it's a bloke.
Well, that was Keith's idea.
Was it Keith's idea?
I walked into the kitchen blind.
Yeah.
Saw my mother, couldn't change her mind.
Yeah. That's
She started shouting through the window at night.
Yeah.
Macbeth, you're a fucking great shite.
Do you think that's because you had a particularly boring childhood, or?
Oh yes, I'll put it all down to a very boring childhood.
Jude Law, in the press recently, said that he'd written all the songs for your second album.
I've already said I'm a great fan of Jude Law and his demonstrative talent, putting his finger up everything. She walks a lovely rope. Big fan of him, but he talks a load of shit. Oh, it's only me and Keith, the drummer. I only see Keith. They generally sneak in halfway through the session and hide in the shadows. You come into the room and you made him scrambled eggs and he said, "How'd you like the scrambled eggs I made you?" Whilst he shoves it up his face.
Do you think that music has any place in the world today?
Not really, no. I think it's had its bit in the dust.
It's a bit in the dust, yeah.
Really.
What would you say your top 5 passions were?
Horse riding. I grew up on a horse.
You almost can't even think about music.
No.
You think, because as soon as you start thinking about it, then you've committed the sin.
I like leather. It's one of my passions. I like watching Sky TV.
I think the thing is, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think that...
Take your finger out of you. Sorry, I just hate that. Stop it. I like Cats, the musical.
As soon as you start to actually make music, you've purified the process of making it. So to make it, I think, is to commit the sin.
The other one is snorkeling.
Snorkeling?
Because my parents never took me snorkeling when I was younger.
Yeah, which considered.
So I'm just absolutely, I'm obsessed with it as an adult.
Yeah, I find that as well.
I go I see a pond if I'm walking through London.
I remember a particular interview where they asked you just straight up, "Are you a builder?"
Yeah,
and you said,
well, I thought that was pretty honest of them.
Yeah, and it's that kind of honesty. The most honest and pure and direct way to deal with music is just to completely ignore it.
Yeah, very well put. Walking along with my girlfriend, walks, we hold hands and stuff.
Okay, and what happened?
Oh well, then we'll stop in Cafe Rouge and have a cup of tea.
Brian Eno released an album quite recently. He tried to use a bit of Saving Private Ryan on the album.
Oh really? Yeah.
You couldn't see it, you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the girl?
She's French.
Okay. Moulin Rouge.
No, her name's Moivin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like, it's weird because it translates as Marwavin. I often say, what do I say? I don't know. I remember distinctly waking up this morning.
How did you get here today?
Just walked.
Oh, okay. And one of the things I wrote in the press release was that you were very interested in Nietzschean philosophies.
Nietzsche.
And I was thinking, Does that mean that you would consider yourself a musician slash philosopher?
Yes.
The other thing is that people often accuse you of living in Bethnal Green.
Yes, I've had that, and it's fucking annoying. Because I live nearby.
So tell me what happened on the ferry with you and Jude Law.
Oh well, we were going down to Dieppe in France, and I didn't even know he was coming. He rocked up at the port with a bottle of Gignac or whatever. You know, pissed. He was basically he was pissed. Oh, it's some French. I said, why don't you buy it in France? It's gonna be cheaper. Stupid cunt. We got on the ferry and Jude was like, it's taking up 3 seats and half the aisle because he was so drunk. There were women and children who had to sleep out out on the deck, you know. But I don't know why they're sleeping. It's only an hour's crossing or something. And you know, he starts coming on to all these young girls, saying, "Aren't I fucking good looking?" I thought it was shameful. Everyone's going on in the media about how good looking he is, and he starts getting these girls. He's saying, "Say it,